Hello boys and girls, this is Gaming Wally here today with a new video on World of Tanks, and today I'm going to showcase the American line. I haven't posted any replays on the American line till here because I get a little bit bored of the game, and the reason why is you can see it here, the M3 Lee. Arguably the worst tank in the game, and maybe he is because he has a massive weak spot on the top, as you can see there, which is everything but doing anything. It just accept fire. It has no armor. If you fire on the cupola, the turret from the M3 Lee, you will penetrate, and yeah, you will do damage. So if you have something like an howitzer which has a lot of derp, just fire in here and you will one-shot kill an M3 Lee. The front armor is pretty weak. The only thing that bounces are auto cannons from the Germans or some other auto cannons from other lines. But yeah, if you want to bounce, then you have to hope that your enemy is an something like a Panzer 1C or something else. That is very light gun. The sides and rear are not going to protect you, so I'm not even going to bother trying out this. And then you got the gun. The gun is actually the only one thing that is decent. It's not a good gun, but it's a little bit better than mediocre, I would say. So I think I'm going to start the replay with this. Is, by the way, my last game in the M3 Lee, because then I unlocked the M4 Sherman, not the T1 heavy. I just wanted to make the classics from the war first. That was one thing I did with the Germans also, and that's why I went to the M4 Sherman, which was the most common tank in the Second World War. But normally the M3 Lee isn't really great in fighting over the railroad in this map, just because you have that massive weak spot on the front. So I said, yeah, this is actually the first time in maybe 3K games I will go this side. It's not the side that I usually go, but yeah, it's you cannot go anywhere, only maybe beyond the bridge or something, but I wouldn't suggest that either. Definitely when there is a mortar or something T-82 which can really wreck my cupola with this howitzer. I'm going to in fixed camera mode here, it's easier for me. So we get our first contract, and this is the Panzer 1C where I'm talking about. He will not penetrate me, so I'm safe. I will someone else killed him. So I actually wouldn't have I would have a better game if he wouldn't kill me. So there is my first kill. I think everyone knows how many kills I will get in this game. Otherwise I wouldn't post anything of the M3 Lee, because this thing was just making me insane actually. But here you can see the gun isn't really great, because otherwise I would just, the reload time would be super good, but it really isn't. So I already got 2 kills now. Third kill. It's a very quick game, just because my team is better than theirs, and yeah, I really get the advantage on most of the enemies. He's seeing me. It's a T-64 and T-82 spotted, doing massive amounts of damage on those open top vehicles, and I got another kill. So only 1 kill left to Top Gun. I arguably deserved the 7th kill there in the beginning, but nothing to mock about because I did steal 1 kill either. So, but yeah, no Redley Walters in this one because the other guy is already dead. So last guy, and I really want this kill, and I missed here because I rushed a shot, and now I'm so fuck no Top Gun. But of course he makes a mistake with not running from me, and I get the Top Gun. The steward wanted that kill, but I wanted the Top Gun, and this is also my mastery badge in my last game in the M3, and this was just like, why doesn't it happen more frequent when so I get first class mastery badge? No, I get the mastery badge. Okay, good for me. It was a game for 3.5k experience, with premium, of course. I did buy some premium. Just for the M3 because it's really started to become a long grind, and I didn't like the tank. But in TD it's like a TD, but with the weaknesses of medium, with no real armor on this level. So it's decent if it would have a turret. If the turret would have the gun that is mounted on the ground like a TD, this tank would be very good actually. I would say it's better than the Matilda, but it's for mounting like a TD, and then yeah, it really becomes the crappiest tank in the game. So let's move on to the next video, and the next video is about me in my first game in the M4 Sherman. So the M4 Sherman is it today, and let's see what he will get done. First I just wanted to say that the M4 Sherman is a real upgrade on the M3 Lee. It has better armor on the front, better armor on the side, better armor on the rear, and a very great turret, which is now going to be the factor of the American mediums, and in the next few tanks, and on the American heavies it will be their best thing is a good turret. And so this is why I'm going to really play, this is actually why I wanted to play the Americans, but this is also how I really are going to play the American tanks. Yeah, I really wanted to test their turrets, because when I was against them I really was thinking they are just showing their turret, and I keep firing at their weakest spot and bounce. So that was the reason why I wanted to play them. So now I'm going to show you my replay in the first game I have in the M4 Sherman, which is the same gun as on the M3 Lee. As you can see, it's going to be really slow because I have the first engine. I really haven't any upgrade, even though I could have the radio. I didn't want to grind out the radio on this tank, on the M3 Lee, because I really wanted to go to this tank. But I'm going to do that in this tank, the radio. But let's start the replay, of course. And there we go. As you can see, I'm first of all testing what is the actual gun depression, because I really heard some people on YouTube saying, yeah, they got the greatest gun depression in the game, and I really wanted to see how big that was. I'm going to be in fixed camera mode, of course, which is easier for me. And as of course we are very slow with this first engine, going 24 kilometers an hour on the beaches of Sand River, which I really like. And yeah, it's a good map for the M4 Sherman, even though it didn't fight that much in the Sahara. It supported the British who fought in the desert against Rommel, but there was more Churchills and some other British tanks in that fight, but not that many Shermans. We got our first contact here, a Hetzer, and we do some damage to the Hetzer. And we are slowly pushing up towards the village. Normally this M4 Sherman would be very great at fighting from dune to dune. But I wanted to make some pressure on the enemy here in this village. I knew there are not really a threat on the left hills at the moment, so I could take the risk and going to the left, but then maybe we hadn't done that many damage. So the AMX 40, yes, is a really heavy light tank. I don't know why this is actually calculated as a light tank, just because it had that very crappy gun. Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know why it's a light tank. It's more of an heavy tank for me with a very crappy gun. But yeah. Then we go to the and here we are fighting a Matilda 4 and a Covenanter. Matilda, of course, very good armor. And then we got the KV, which is KV1, which is not the tank you want to be in front, definitely in an M4 Sherman. So I say the only real move I can make so I can dodge the KV1 shots is going towards the Matilda. And the Matilda has a lot of weak spots, so if you can go close to a Matilda, you are really good, in a good shape, because the he has not that great alpha damage, and if you know, close quarters is all about the alpha damage. Actually it's more of the DPM, but the DPM on the British tanks is really good. But if you really want something, then you could go for DPM and penetration. But if you don't have the super penetration, the alpha damage is also really good, and on the weak spots on the Matilda it's also very great. So there goes the Covenanter who wanted to bail. And now I'm deciding, do I push the KV or do I want to flush out? But there are 3 enemies in our backyard and 1 KV, so I'm not going to bother the KV1, which will probably be killed by some heavy of ours. And then I'm really going to be very much slowly going uphill, which is going to take me quite a while. Now I'm debating if I should make I'm going to fast forward a bit, because this game is almost over. They are going to cap in time, and I'm really going to do anything about it. They are both going to survive probably. Oh no, they are both dead. Of course, this was the game. 4 kills in the stock M4 Sherman and 6 kills in the fully upgraded M3 Lee, because the stock M3 Lee is, I would say, the worst tank in the game. But it's possible to make 6 kills in a stock M3 Lee. So this was it for this week's video about the American tanks. I will grinding the American tanks much more in the future. We will see some replays of them, of course, and I hope I will grind the T29 very quickly, because I do want to see what he's all about, because he's very sturdy armor, and I really wanted to see how good is it actually now. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can always leave a like, and of course subscribe for more videos.